Hello everyone and welcome to this Node.js tutorial. Today we are going to have a tutorial on Node.js, and Node.js is a revolutionary technology in the world of JavaScript that just changed JavaScript forever. So earlier, how people used to write their JavaScript code, let me tell you. Now I have opened the Chrome browser and it's taking a while. And here, let me open this, what we call the developer tools, and inside this we have console. So here you can run JavaScript like console .log hello world. Okay, I run that and hello world. And if I have something, I have a code editor like some line text. Here I can create a new file, save it as dummy.js, and here in this dummy.js file, let me write some JavaScript code like console.log hello world and save this. And I can open this file inside. I can press open containing folder, and I can just open with any other application. We can have Chrome with it. Google Chrome, and okay. And you can see that now Chrome cannot run these kind of files which are written in the script. But what Chrome can do is, if I create another file and save it as index.html, and I have some HTML code here, and here tab, and link it, have a script in this, and script type text JavaScript, and which has a source is equal to dummy.js. Save that and open this index.html file, not with Mozilla Firefox but with Chrome, and open this developer tool, and we can see the message hello world. So JavaScript earlier was just a toy language, like it was used to play around with HTML, CSS, change do some modifications and so on. That was not like a real language like Python, which you can run from the terminal, which you can get outputs with, using which you can create web applications. You can do many awesome stuff with it. You could not have done that with JavaScript. Now how Chrome runs that, if we go into that, now Chrome has a separate engine for running JavaScript, which is called the Chrome's V8 engine, and the Chrome's V8 engine runs JavaScript in its own style. And Firefox, another browser, has another engine for JavaScript, which is, I think, SpiderMonkey. It's the name of that engine, and that engine implements or runs JavaScript on its own, like it runs JavaScript in its own style. So this is cross-platform JavaScript. Like, this is not, JavaScript was not like same everywhere, same in Chrome, same in Firefox. A man did change it forever. Now what he did was, he took Chrome's V8 engine and added a bit of C++ code in it and created a new programming language which we know as Node.js. Now Node.js is just JavaScript. Now console.log, here, console.log, I can run that in Node with node dummy.js, and I can get the same output because that engine which Node uses, the exact same engine is what Chrome is using. So with Node now you can do very awesome stuff. Like you can install, you can create packages, everybody can use your packages, you can create web apps, you can do machine learning even, you can do anything you want with JavaScript as far as you know what you are doing. So I can do, first of all, for working with Node, you need to have Node and install Node. And installing Node is like on, if you are Linux or Mac, you can use package managers. If you have Windows, then you can download it from the official repository. And you also need to have npm. Now npm is a Node package manager. Now it manages all your Node packages. So using npm you can download packages. There are many good packages in npm, and those packages which are created and authored by other people, and you can use them, you can use their functionality. Okay, so you can do node-v. Currently my Node version is 12.20.1. to check if your machine is currently equipped with Node, you can run this command. If you have Node, then you will be shown this line, some numbers like 12.20.1, and if you don't have, an error will be shown. So if you don't have Node, then install Node and npm-v. If you do that, and you can get another number, 6.14.10. Now there are many package managers for Node, but the official package manager is npm, which stands for Node Package Manager. We also have Yarn, and I do use Yarn for the most time because Yarn is better than npm. Now if you want to install Yarn, you can install Yarn, or you can go with npm instead. So in this tutorial we are using Yarn or npm. Let me use npm first, because if you install Node, then by default you will have npm installed on your system. Now this is just one thing that you can do with Node. There are many things that you can do with Node. What about creating thousands of files and exporting modules on each of them? Like, if for this course you need to know a bit of JavaScript. If you don't know too much of JavaScript, this is okay. You will teach some of it by the course. So for example, I have another file and save it as index.js. Now here index.js, and here we have dummy.js. Now dummy.js has a function which is like, which is in the time and the person, and it greets them. So console.log hello plus person plus good plus, you have spaces all around it, and time. Now this won't make sense unless you understand JavaScript well. So here we do module.exports is equal to, let me name this function. This function is greet. Module.exports is equal to greet. Now what this does is, you created a function named greet which greets people. Now this is fine. Now what is this module that exports? Now Node.js treats every file as a module, and you can know that in Python also we treat every file as a module. So we can do module.exports is equal to greet. Now greet is the default exports. Now this won't make sense unless I show you what this does. Now here we can have the require thing in Node.js. Now require is another module that is a global module. That is a kind of a module. This is a module is a kind of package that you don't need to install from npm or yarn. It is installed by default on your node. Now require /dummy.js. Okay, and we have a constant called greet is equal to require dummy.js and console.log greet. Save that and let me run in node index.js, and we have a function greet. Now this would tell you that greet is this greet function. Now if I add this that execute the function, then we will do hello undefined, good undefined. Oh, we did not give it any arguments. Let me greet. The time is afternoon, and the man you have to greet is Man Friday. And hello Man Friday, good afternoon. You get this message. Now what just happened? If you did not understood that, it's completely fine. Now constant greet is equal to require /dummy.js. So you know that if you have studied any other programming language other than JavaScript like Python, C++, Java, not JavaScript, Java, Swift, any language, then you would be knowing that they have their own import export statements. Now module.exports was an export statement. That means what do you want to export in this module? Now in Python you can like if I were in Python, I did not want to if I don't have this module.export file, it is completely fine. But currently I'm in JavaScript, so I need to export something to import it. Now I exported greet function, and here we have the greet function. Now if we have exported the greet function, that means require dummy.js will be equal to the greet function over there. So hope you understood that. Now you can have many things like that. Module.exports is equal to, you can set it to an object as well. Module.exports is equal to something like hello we can have here greet to greet and hello to hello. Save that, and now this is an object. Now that returns that exact same object. Now here we can have greet dot hello, and we can log it to the console dot log Control+V read dot hello. Save that and go to the console, clear it, and we have hello. If I do the same thing with greet dot greet, save that, and I do not have anything. Oh, we can have here this save, and Yeah, give it some arguments. I can also call greet no night, and the man I'm greeting is Johnson. Save that. Hello Johnson, good night. Now you can do anything with these module.expos. Now this was just one of the things that Node.js can. Node.js is a very dynamic thing. Now let me show some of the other modules that are available in Node.js. One of them is require, the first one, and now the second one is OS module. Now require OS. Now you have to call require to import any module. Now remember we did ./dummy.js. Now because it was in the same file we did ./dummy.js. If it were in a file named app, then would have to ./dummy.js, and if dummy.js would be in a file called app, then we should do ./app/dummy.js. But this is for the local files. For the global files, or for the modules that we can import from anywhere, you would not write dummy.js. And also if you import ./dummy.js, that is also equal to dummy ./dummy, and that will provide the exact same result. So if that file is a JavaScript file, you need not write its extension. That is absolutely fine. Now you can import the OS module and console.log os.freemem or free memory. Save that and grab the terminal. Oh, OS is not defined. We should have a const OS is equal to require OS. Save that, and we can get the free memory bytes. Now we can also have total memory. Save that. This is the total memory in bytes. And now we can have the type. Remember, these are all functions, not properties. And we can have Linux, so the type of OS is Linux. So now Node.js is such a revolutionary technology that Node or JavaScript is a programming language. Earlier it was a toy language, we could say. Now this has gained the form of a real programming language, a functional programming language, and you will study later. I will make a few videos on it, and after year 6, year 7, now JavaScript has become a object-oriented programming language. Now it does not support all of those object-oriented features, but yeah, some of it, and the which it supports them really well. Now Node, now we have OS to type. With these kind of, there are various I can say hundreds of modules available by default in Node, so you can use any of them anywhere. Now one of the best things that you would probably see in Node is a package.json file. Now what is a package.json file? Let me create a new file and name it, save it as, remember, you would save it as package.json file, and package.json is a JSON file. Now in the JSON file you can write name is equal to Shyam. Now here, notice that name is in quotation marks, and double quotation marks are the best, and you can't have name because this is not JavaScript, this is JSON. Okay, now delete everything, and now package.json gives us some very good functionality if we work with yarn or npm. Now currently we are doing node index.js, Now, if you are hosting your application, then you can do scripts, and this scripts will be an object. And now you can have any script here, like run, and you can write the name of the script that you want to execute, node index.js. Very nice, and save that. Now save this package.json file and clear up. Now you can do npm start, no, npm run, and oh, you can scripts available in via npm run script run node index.js. Now npm run is the built-in, npm run start. So npm run is a built-in command of npm. You can do start, and you can do npm start. We did save it, yes, and enter node index.js, and I don't know if now this version of npm is outdated. Let me work with yarn, and you have the same called yarn start, and that does node index.js. Now these things like node index.js, and it completes it. Now here index.js file is empty. Now you can do console.log, hello world, save that, and run it, yarn start, and hello world. That hello world done in 0.12 seconds. There are other things that you can do with package.json, like name of your app, and these are highly complicated things. I will not talk about them in this tutorial. This is for the basic understanding of Node.js and Yarn. npm, with my perspective, you see, with my eyes, npm is just trash. If you are working with Windows, then please, for my request, for my kind request, for my humble request, please install Yarn. npm is just a trash, so you can't do anything with npm. npm is so slow, super slow, and super irritating. Yarn is far better in performance and speed and everything else. Now there are many things that you can do with Node.js. Like, now what are the things that you can do? You can import other modules, like there are modules like time module and math module, math.random, and you can do anything, like anything. There are web applications that you can build with Node.js using the Express module. And speaking of Express, comment if you want to, if you would like to have my Express.js tutorial. And if you all comment, a single one of you comments and subscribe, I will make it. Now you can have many things in Node.js, like we can have many things, but this was just a basic understanding of it. If you all comment and subscribe and like, I will make another tutorial on Node.js part 2 maybe, and then I will discuss event emitters, event listeners, and so on, and as well as the Express module. So remember it, please like and subscribe to my channel.